it's like there's a party going on in my mouth and everyone's invited. No, not really. I just don't want to take any chances of getting sick over something stupid. You think that fungus should be renamed leather fungus? But I'm grateful for it. So right now my plan is working on my shelter. I only have moss about up to here, so the smoke can go at the top. Small, simple, cozy, and warm. That's the plan anyways. My overall survival philosophy is keep things as simple as possible, disrupt the land as little as possible, and become in tune with the land as much as you can. And what's been nice about this shelter is everything I've needed has been within 10 yards of the spot. I'm gonna tie off a piece like this, and then I'll just stack sticks from there to here on the outside and give it a bit more structural support. I was inspired to make a teepee by speaking with some of the Woodland Cree elders that we met at orientation. You guys know what time it is? It's moss time. I've seen too many times in past shows people who spend too much time on complex shelters blowing themselves out early with calories. I'm just gonna tarp the section I'm sleeping under because I bet you this thing is pretty much waterproof. Teepees are simple and effective structures because you need very little to make them. And once they're constructed, they're rock solid. So, yeah, that's it. Permanent shelter completed. Boom. Guys, you gotta see this new winter cottage I just picked up. And I got it for dirt cheap. Number one, it's a lakefront, 30 yards from my front porch. Amazing. So it's got a walk-around yard, which is super hard to find in cottage country these days. Now for the exterior, it's got moss with spruce overlay. It's got what's called a living floor. Apparently it's all the rage in New York. Comes with a built-in fire pit. And my fave, skylight. The only thing that sucks about this place, they won't give me fire insurance. Why?
Well, this is what the purple soup looks like. Birch and berries. Go drink some. Tastes kind of bitter. I don't know how much energy I can get off berries, but I'll find out. Because it's all I got. I ate about half of it. I'm gonna let it sit and eat it later. Now, I gotta check my net and then work on the permanent shelter. You know, I thought I'd be getting more fish, but it's harder than I thought. I've been eating berries. I'm not holding back. I'm eating all the berries I got, but I don't think that's good enough. Okay, see what's happening with my net. Now, ain't that something? Put that net out and it never catches a thing. I'm trying everything, but I'm just not getting any fish. But fish or not, I need a shelter. All right. Get the big trees here, a couple big ones. The log cabin I'm going to make is going to be the same type of log cabin that my dad made and that I grew up in. I'm going to put all the big ends of the logs on the forward side and the small ends in the back. That will give me a sloping roof. And I'm going to go about 5.5 feet high. I'm not gonna get fancy, just old trapper-style cabin. Decided not to bring all my logs over at once because if I do that, I'm just gonna get real tired. So I've been doing a little bit every day. We're gonna be here into winter, I know that. And I need a warm place to be, substantial place. But it takes a while to make a cabin. So this has to be done right. I have to put the effort in. I don't know if I can do that all day. Might not be able to. The older I get, the more time I spend out in the woods, the more I understand my dad. My dad was a real woodsman, you know. They called him Blondie because he had long, curly blonde hair as a young man. He was a mountain man. He just wandered all around Alaska by himself. So just being in the woods, I feel I'm following in his footsteps. Doesn't take long for me to start getting tired. Man, I need some water. Okay, gotta get some water. While working on the shelter, I haven't had much food. I'm only going to the fishing hole once a day for my energy conservation. And every day I hope I get a fish. That'll allow me to eat another 2 days. How long can I stay out here only eating vegetation like a moose? Am I going to get more fish? That's what it's down to. Okay, she's ready for moss. I really want to complete this cabin now for 2 reasons. One, that'll allow me to just concentrate on fishing. Between the tarp, these logs, and this pretty thin layer of moss, I think there'll be some insulative property to this. And 2, my father raised a family doing this, and he was hungry. He did it starving, because we starved. I remember, I was a little kid. He could handle starvation. He just got used to it over the years of being hungry, I guess. I appreciate the level that he had to push himself. He gave everything he had to try to feed us. But Dad, being the straight arrow, honest guy he was, nope, he's not gonna take free food. Okay, getting down to the wire here. When I was 5 years old and I was hungry, I don't know how far down I went. We were starving out camp, the deep snow, way out there. Children are more resilient and bounce back easier than adults. If I was gonna do this again, I would definitely consider, when I was logging, the size of my tarp, because I'm pretty sure my tarp's smaller than the roof. I don't fault him for his shortcomings, but I could not hide my disdain. But the way I look at it is, I'm responsible for my success. He was strong, and the challenges he had. I've learned from those with part of my personal growth. I'm not going to change other people, but I can certainly change myself, be a better person. Moment of truth, see how it fits. There you go. I'm ready to move in. It's a little after 2 a.m. I can't sleep. Did look a little bit. More lack of food. I hear like a ringing in my ears. My eyes were twitching. I hear like a pounding or ringing in my ears, like a weir, like a tendinitis or whatever they call it. My body's just telling me that it's hungry. Hard to sleep on an empty stomach, I guess. I can't do the starvation thing because I just don't have, it didn't start with much reserve. Worked as hard as I've ever worked on no food, and my body is just, I don't have the reserves. Messed up on that one. All right, I'll try sleep. The fish are not pouring in. There's no sign of moose. There's not much else other than fish, and I'm not doing very well at it. All right. Get my net, see what's going. I'm disappointed, but what can I do about it? That's the hand I've been dealt. I was more optimistic earlier, but nothing I can do about it. Nope. Nothing there. I'm running low on energy. I'm not gonna be able to hunt because I don't feel as strong as I would like. There's very low likelihood I'm going to be able to stay out here very long, given the lack of fish I'm bringing in. Well, I spent too much time on that cabin. I used too much energy. I'm not gonna subject my body to more lack of food. Yeah. Good morning, it's Lady Wild. I am officially tapping out. Hey guys, thanks for coming out in this weather. I just couldn't get no fish. I'm hungry. I'm working 12, 14-hour days on hardly any food, and then the last couple of days, no food. I learned a lot about, physically, emotionally, mentally, what it's like getting hungry. Made me think a lot more of my father, I don't think I ever, I don't even know if I ever cried for him, but I don't know. It's just, I guess I appreciate him, what he went through, That's about it. This process of following in my father's footsteps has given me insight into my own challenges and my shortcomings. I'm 59 years old, but I'm never too old to learn or to change or try to be a better person. I never was a very good team player, and I held that as a badge of honor of my independence, my uniqueness. And I no longer see that as something to be proud of or to hang on to. My father was there in front of me, walking a trail. And the fact that there's a trail in front of me to also follow and see the good and the bad is appreciated, because I know now where to step off the side and walk a different path. someone else is going to walk away with the $500,000. It's not meant for me, for whatever reason. I don't question it. This experience has taught me so much, and I feel I still have more work to do.
Dirty hands, working hands. These are for all the blisters I've gotten from the axe and the saw. I've got to get something on this. I keep hitting it. So I'm gonna find some fresh pitch. And the healing properties of that will help it scab over. Puts a coating on it so it will keep any bacteria out. Okay, so I'll put the tape over top of it just to get me through while I'm working. Okay, back to work. I have to go source some logs. Every time I think I have enough, I need more. I might need like 10 more trees. It's a lot of work for one person to build a cabin here. The expenditure of calories that it's taken to put up this log cabin is extreme. I will need protein at some point. But to me, I think that it's worth every calorie spent to be able to have a warm place to stay when it's cold, because being cold will put me out way faster than being hungry. Once I get my shelter built, I'm gonna focus on hunting and fishing. You don't see that very often. On whack. What do you think of that? One of the things that is definitely a little bit different about being alone. Usually, I have a team of people I'm working with. My husband, my kids, my dad, my mom. If my family was here, we probably could have this cabin built like in 2 days. It's tough, but this isn't the hardest thing I've ever done. Well, that closed it up really nice and tight. After my accident, my family took care of me. My husband carried me to the bathroom, he carried me to the shower. My kids helped bring food and cook for me. I lost so much of myself, and I was broken. At one point, I thought that it would be better for my family if I just had died. Their love was so strong that they just did what they had to do to take care of me. It took me 3 years to be able to walk without crutches. I want them to see how far their mom came. I want them to see that no matter how low you can get in life and how dark and dim life seems to be, you can always pull out of it and come out on top. You just have to keep fighting. While I'm out here, I'm gonna keep running to the finish line. And whether that finish line's in 50, 80, or 100 days, I'm going to do it. I think that's pretty good.